Alright, this is This Week People News. Okay, this video is also at arm length. However, I will ask you this question. Our police, our sheriffs, and all that, do they or do they not have these names of captain, sergeants? And if they're not dressed up in all these military uniform that's under disguise of a different color, but yet everything they're doing is showing that we may or may not be under military control. It's just a question, y'all. All right, let's go ahead and proceed forward.
It's the truth, right? And then on top of that, veterans are still in the military. Right? We never got discharged. I just did a video on this, my very last video, and I'm going to give even some more proof today that this has never actually happened. Sam ain't released me yet, right? Please watch that video if you haven't seen it yet and you're a veteran, because we've not been discharged from the military, which I've said for quite some time, but now I'm giving rock solid evidence that that's the case, and that because these documents exist that show that we should have, there's actually been something going on that's keeping us from having all the privileges that we had that were owed to us because of our service, right? Because we volunteered. Okay, I get that, right? So because we are, well, under international law, then we're supposed to have a Geneva Convention ID card. We're still in the military, right? And veterans don't have a Geneva Convention ID card. And we're entitled to pay because we were never released from the military. So on top of that then, and this is the big thing, if you get a military certificate of discharge, right, it's really a simulated legal document under color law that disenfranchises veterans of their office in the military government, right? Because, they're acting like we're not there. I'm going to show you that we've never been discharged from the military, so because we haven't and we're not checking in, it's like we've been considered missing or lost, or we're on permanent disability retirement, like, we're a vegetable on a bed someplace, something like that. It's, because it's all just a matter of checking a box. You check the wrong box or check the right box on a form, and different things happen. And then finally, this new proof today is I'm going to show you that we veterans, we should have all been issued a service lapel pin. It should show up on your DD-214 as one of your awards if you're being discharged from the military, right? But if you haven't been discharged, then it won't be on there. Guess what? You're not going to find it on your paperwork. And if you do, I think it would maybe retirees. Right? I don't know. I'm just saying on mine it ain't on there. Right? So it won't take long for me to go through these, sir. They're just these different, facts now that I want to show you to, prove my statements. Because again, I'm going to go use whatever I can to be an Army regulation. Right? But short of that, well, then it'd be the Constitution, obviously, the Army regulation. Right? And then after that, well, state law. Or, an order that's been written, or whatever it is we're supposed to be working on. So let me show you a few. Hang on just a second. So just real quick, sir, in Article 1, Section 9 of the Constitution of the United States, right, I'm looking at the pocket Constitution now, and it's not Constitution of the United States of America, it's the Constitution of the United States. Now, it does say in there that it's the Constitution for the United States of America, but of and for have different meanings, right? The Constitution is the Constitution of the United States. And anyways, in Section 9, it talks about migration and importation. A person shall not be, blah, 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 but a tax or duty may be imposed. I think this is what's happening. Somehow we owe some money, the first $10. Our ancestors came over and never got paid, or whatever the duty is. Maybe the duty is to sign up for selective service, something like that. But it goes on to say that the privilege of writ of habeas corpus shall not be suspended unless in cases of rebellion or invasion the public safety may require. Well, that's what I believe happened in 1863 when Lincoln suspended habeas corpus on September 15th. And then it's never been restored. And so, because you have much better context than I do, sir, why don't you get a hold of one of these esquires that you know and say, hey, go find me a court case where somebody put in a habeas corpus and they were released. And you could use that in your case, sir, and anybody could use it in any case they have, because we're not being tried through the adjudicated facts that we've been there, right? The reason for the habeas corpus is that there's something wrong with their process to get you to court, right? So what did they use to get them out of it? Well, I don't believe you're going to find that there's anybody getting writs of habeas corpus release or relief, right? But, these esquires have access to like West, W-E-S-T, West Law, or some other type of search engine where they can search all sorts of court cases. And, right, so fine, we're writ of habeas corpus one, and then I'll say that it's not been suspended. But you need to show me the frickin' case instead of saying, well, I heard about one, which is what most people do. Right? They hear about things, but they never have any proof. Well, the proof is that if the writ of habeas corpus is suspended, then we're still in rebellion and invasion, which would be in time of war, and we're under martial law, whether anybody told you or not. And then real quick, in the Constitution, we have Article 2, Section 1, very last section of Section 1, before he entered into the execution of his office, right? So he can't execute anything in his office until he's done this, shall take the oath of affirmation. I do solemnly swear that I will faithfully execute the office of President of the United States, and to the best of my ability, preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the United States. Period. Right? That's the end of it. Now you listen to what he said, what Biden said, or even Trump for that matter. They've been doing this for quite some time. This is the way it's been since 1863. Right? They're not taking this oath. They say I, and they put their damn name in there. There's no place in here to put your name. And it ends with so help me God. And there's no place on here for so help me God. And so help me God is a religious test. Right? So Biden did not take this oath. Neither did Trump. It doesn't mean they couldn't, but they didn't. Okay, and because they didn't, and the fact that in Article 6 it says that the senators represented aforementioned, the members of several state legislatures, and all executive judicial officers, both of the United States and the several states, shall be bound by oath or affirmation to support this Constitution, but no religious test shall be required as qualification to any office or public trust under the United States. And they haven't done this. Well, then, as far as Article 4, Section 4 is concerned, the United States cannot guarantee that every state shall have, in this union, right? The union didn't say nation, right? It says a union, a Republican form of government. Well, the United States can't guarantee anything because there's no officers. See, and this is all part of somebody's plan to roll up the Constitution of the ball and act like it's just a piece of paper. And then they just pretend to follow it. Right? So, no judge in your court case, no governor, no mayor, no county commissioner, no township supervisor, no. None of them have executed an oath to satisfy the 6th article of the Constitution. Right? The only people that have taken a proper oath are the military. And then this is the law, this is the Act of the First Congress, June 1st, 1789, an act to regulate time and manner of administering certain oaths. Right? This is what President Washington, Commander-in-Chief, signed into law. That the oath or affirmation required by the 6th article of the Constitution of the United States shall be administered in the following form, to wit, I state your name, do solemnly swear or affirm that I will support the Constitution of the United States. Nobody's taken this oath, sir. Nobody has complied with the 6th article of the Constitution that needs to. The difference is military officers don't need to because you're not executive officers, you're military officers. and you have a separate oath, and it's on a document. You signed it, and it's all good. Well, just to make just to be clear that this applies to the states, then in this is Title 4 of the United States Code, Section 101, oath by members of legislature and officers. Every member of the state legislature and every executive and judicial officer of the state shall, before he proceed to execute the duties of his office, take an oath of following form. You know what it means to say following form, sir? It means that's the way she's got to be, just like that. That's a jot and a tittle. If they won't take an oath just like this, they're not qualified to hold office. And then it says so in 1 Stat 23, but it's a little bit clearer to see here, that such oath may be administered by any person who, by law of the state, is authorized to administer the oath of office, and the person so administering such oath shall cause a record or certificate thereof to be made in a manner as by law of the state he is directed to record certified oath of office. So like in Michigan then, the governor of Michigan should have the oath that was required by the state and this oath together recorded with the Secretary of State's office and have been administered by the Attorney General. And that's just the way the law is written. We don't have time to go through all of it, take my word for it. A notary public cannot administer an oath to a governor in Michigan. Just can't happen.
All right, we're going to end it right there. Arm length, this will be the People News. Alrighty, off to the next one.